By the year 2030, over 700 cities will have populations of 1 million people or more, including 43 megacities. Growth projections show that the number of buildings will double over the next 4 decades. The resource demands from this urban growth require a fundamental shift in how we'll need to prepare our cities for the future. One organization, known as the 2030 Districts, uses an innovative model designed to keep up with this pace.
Can you imagine building the entire world out in 4 decades and then adding it to what we have now? So the scale and the time frame for all this innovation now has become shorter and shorter.
Starting in 2009 with the 2030 Challenge for Planning as the framework, Ed Masri and his organization, Architecture 2030, helped launch what would eventually become the 2030 Districts. Their vision? To establish a global network of high-performance building districts in cities aimed at mitigating and adapting to climate change.
The districts really serve as a model, but it incorporates a whole community.
To do this, building owners, businesses, and local governments come together to make voluntary commitments to a 50% reduction in their energy, water, and transportation-related emissions by the year 2030.
To tackle an issue, we look at how we can create a solution that's understandable and that can be implemented fairly quickly and then can scale. That model seems to hold as a way to move forward in cities.
Starting in Seattle, then spreading to Cleveland, the 2030 Districts network is now in 22 cities and consists of over 1,000 organizations and 1,800 buildings. Nearly 470 million square feet of commercial real estate has been committed to the effort. Long before a district is officially formed, a city must pass through 3 key phases. This rigorous process helps define what the district will eventually become. Knowing where to start can be difficult, though, so when a small group from Cincinnati wanted to start their own district, they looked to their neighbors in the north for help.
And this is Cindy C. Segoy. I'm the Executive Director of the Cleveland 2030 District.
Long known as the mistake on the lake for the burning of its river back in 1969, Cleveland has now become a leader in the 2030 District movement.
We were that early adopter that really, I think, got the ball rolling on developing this movement across the country. When you can go to a building owner and show them exactly how their building has been performing over time and the steps that they need to take to start reducing their consumption, improve their operational efficiency, save money, I think that's what's so great about the 2030 districts, because it's really a holistic approach.
To get started, working groups from across the public and private sector build a coalition of support.
We are about to submit our formal request to the National 2030 District Organization for Cincinnati to become a prospective 2030 district. On our group, we have representatives from local businesses, from major industries located in downtown, a number of people from the design and architecture community, folks from the city and from the community. And I think what's unique to us is that we also have people from the media here helping to document the process that we're going through. Final piece of the submission that we'll be making today is a preliminary boundary or map of the potential 2030 district. This map is deceptively simple. It's actually the result of many conversations that this group had over time. Where we landed is to start out with Cincinnati's Central Business District as the core of the Cincinnati 2030 district, and potentially over time expand that to include areas like over the Rhine, perhaps uptown, which is home to major institutions, universities, hospitals, the Cincinnati Zoo, and potentially also into northern Kentucky. We want to focus on the institutions that are big, but also maybe not the ones that are already incredibly active in this space, in order to give them an incentive to kind of give them a helping hand and really bring them into the fold. We're going to email Mr. Dave Lowe, who is the 2030 District Representative nationally. I think typing an email is probably not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's a good milestone for us. All right, here we go. We're sending it off. Message has been sent.
If you had one word of advice for an oncoming city, what would that be?
Just do it.